Our first inductee tonight is a lovely young lady, and will remain that forever, I'm sure. 6 national titles. How's that for accomplishment? 79, first United States Surfing Championship, Texas Girls Division. 1981, first United States Surfing Championships, Junior Women's Division in California. 1982, first United States Surfing Championship, North Carolina Women's Division. Are you paying attention, girls? Junior women, women's. 1991, that's a jump of 9 years. United States Surfing Championships, Florida, Senior Women's Division. 1982, she was also East Coast Champion in Women's Division, and in 82, East Coast Champion in Women's Division. So that's 6 national titles, 2 East Coast titles. This young lady was first labeled that she surfed better than a girl. You know, now, what kind of statement is that, you know? I think Frida came along after, and she surfed like a boy. So Sharon was on this tier that was going up. But, and, you know, Sharon had a great attitude of it all. Everybody, all they have to say about Sharon is that she couldn't have been nicer and more humble about everything that happened to her. And in fact, she doesn't know why she's sitting here yet. She's still trying to figure that out. And amazingly, she was on the front page, I believe it was the local section in the Today paper, a nice article about Sharon Wolfe and all that she's accomplished. So we're happy to have her up here. She met her husband and got married, and I've always kind of wondered, she said that they were on their way to Black's Beach to go surfing, and that's when they decided that they should be married and live together. Now, you know, Black's Beach, what goes on there? I'll just leave that to your imagination. But they decided that that's when they should be married. That's a great story to tell there. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Sharon Wolfe.
Hello, everyone. I am very nervous. I'll just let you know that right now. I'm much better in the water than I am anywhere on land. First of all, I want to thank the East Coast Surfing Hall of Fame for choosing me to be one of their members. It really is a great honor, and it is surprising, but I am enjoying every minute of this so far. There are some other people I'd like to thank along the way, and without their help, I wouldn't be here today. First is the Salix. Rich and Phil were the very first people that I surfed for, and they accepted me on their team. And I think I was maybe the first Salic girl that was on the team. And we had a really good little team, Matt Keckley, Greg Taylor, Tony Graham, and these guys every single day pushed me to surf harder and harder and harder. So I appreciate all those guys for helping me too. And I apologize if I forget anyone, because I never did do this by myself. I always had people pushing me to do better. The other people I can absolutely never forget is Quiet Flight Surfboards and Surf Shop. They were my only sponsor and have been for 30 years. The boards are what made a difference for my surfing, and they were so generous, and every time I needed a board, they handed it to me. No questions asked. Some of the other people I need to thank for their influence on me was my brother Barry. He started me out surfing when I was probably 7 years old. Take me to the inlet, you know, you got your little sister dragging along with you, but he took me out there and he pushed me and made me do what I needed to do. And I have to thank the whole Cocoa Beach Isles crew, who was always there and also surfed with me all the time, always pushing me to do better all the time. And, but my biggest influence was my mom. She loved the beach, and every weekend we would go to the beach to go surfing or go to just hang out at 4th Street North. She didn't necessarily surf, but she did body surf. My mom was always real supportive of my surfing, and I was always so afraid to do something wrong to disappoint my mom, so I was a really good girl, and still am. I get a lot of questions about what happened to me. As you heard Hunter say, there's a big span, and why I never really became a professional surfer. And the reason was in 1982, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and it was something that she was always there for me, and I felt that I couldn't continue on or do contests without her being there, and I needed to take care of her. So what happened to me at that time is my mom was very sick, and I decided to stay and take care of my mom instead of doing contests at the time. She passed away in 1985. I was 24, so that was right in the middle of, I was going up, but then at that time there was no way that I could continue on at that point. And it's funny, as I was looking through all my newspapers trying to figure out what I had done, and I thought I was okay when my mom passed away. I thought I was handling it real well as a 20-year-old. I realized that I wasn't. It was a very devastating blow to me, and it was really hard for me to carry on, without my mom and to get myself together. But surfing is something I love, and I wanted to keep doing. And in 1988, I decided to kind of make my little comeback, and I did. By 1990, I won my 4th U.S. title. I still surf. I still surf as much as I can. I still surf as much as I can, and I do contests, but I generally do them for like the NKF, something that serves a cause, or breast cancer awareness or something like that. I don't just do contests just to do them, so something has to have a cause behind them. When I was first told that I was going to be inducted, one of my first thoughts was, I wish my dad was here, and he just passed away in May of 2008. I had told him about this and probably being inducted into it, so he knew what it was, but, that was a sad thing. And today, before we came over here, I went to 4th Street North, where both my parents are at, and sobbed like you wouldn't believe, but it was something I needed to do before I could come up here, and I feel very comfortable actually up here right now, so that's good. But I did talk to my parents out in the water and let them know that, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them as well. Once again, I would like to thank the East Coast Surfing Hall of Fame. This is a huge honor, and I appreciate it. And I'd like to thank my friends who don't surf, because there's many times that I make promises that I will go and do things, and if there's waves, I'll get to you guys later, I promise, and I will do it. I got to go surfing sometimes first. But most importantly, I want to thank my husband, Jeff, of 18 years, not Sharon's husband, Jeff, because he always gets that label, and my beautiful daughter, Tori, who is for their love and support, because without them, again, I wouldn't be here. And I want to thank you all very much.